Hello friends, welcome to part 3 of mixed granularities video. I will put the link of part 1 and part 2 in the description of this video. Just to recap, in part 1 we created a table which contains the data for the mixed granularity which we use on x-axis, and we wrote a measure which then worked as expected. In part 2 we enhanced the relationship between the mixed granularity table with the calendar table so that we can filter mixed granularity visuals. Also, we did other thing in that one was to show the year and month data as in a bar chart and the date level data as in a line chart. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to use current year to be shown as broken down by month, and then the previous year sales will be shown as a grouped by the year, not broken down by month. So for example, today we are in 2022, so by default 2022 sales will be shown by month and anything previous will be shown as at the year level. And so basically we are mixing year and month together on x-axis, but only showing the sales for the month for the current year, and previous historical we are showing as in a by year. And I'm going to enhance that a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, whatever the year you selected in the slicer will be shown as in the month as in a detail, month level detail, and from that particular year anything historical will be shown at the year level. And other thing what I'm going to talk in this video is, in previous video I mentioned that we created that relationship inactive between those two tables, mixed granularity table and the calendar table. In this video I will also explain why we did that and what was the reasoning behind that. So let's get to Power BI. First start developing the measure, what we need to do to make this happen, current year as in at the month level and historical at the year level, and then look at the inactive and active relationship as well. Let's get to Power BI. Okay, so here we are. So we are seeing where we left off. So let's start developing a measure which will actually show year. So let me actually make sure that we understand. So what we want to show, like if I have a 2013 selected, I want to see the 2013 data by month, and then historically I also want to see 2012. Like for example, if these 4 months years are selected, I don't want to see broken down by month for the historical one, but only I want 2013 to be shown as the broken down by month. So let's start writing a measure, and then we will look into what we need to do to make this happen. So the measure is going. Let's call this month sales. Detail by month and year. Again, you can give your own name. My naming are not that great. So first what we're going to do is we're going to store what the current year is selected, right? So what we can do is selected value. So from calendar year, because the reason we are using calendar year here is because that's what the is on the slicer. So if whatever the value is selected from calendar year, get that. If there's more than one value selected, the selected value will give us blank. So what we're going to do, okay, whatever the default value we want, we can put it in here. I don't have a data for current year, so otherwise theoretically what I will do is I will say year of today, and this will give me, if any year selected, then use that. If no year is selected or multiple years are selected, use current today's year as the data. So overcome, since we have no 2022 data, I'm going to set the default value to 2013 just to, because we have the 2013 data. So this is the default value. Otherwise this is supposed to be year today, just in case in your example you have a real-time data, maybe you have 2022 data, and then you can use the current today's as the current year. And other thing which I'm going to store in period in a variable as well. The reason behind that is we're going to check whether we are at the month level or at the year level. So what we can do is period, which is from our axis 2, and now we will start writing the measure. So what we're going to do is return switch. First thing what we're going to do is our variable period, if it is a month, then what we want to do is when we are at the month level, and we only want to see, again I'm going to use our measure, which is sales with the inactive relationship, and then filter our calendar year again calendar uh, year is equal to year which is being selected, the default value. So I'm gonna just write the measure up to this point only, and then we will extend it and see what does this gives. And let's use this measure on the visual here. Yeah, okay, so here you go. So whatever we are seeing is as a default value, we're seeing the 2013 data because that's what we set as an, if nothing is selected, we're seeing the sales of 2013. If I select 2012, I'm seeing the sales of 2012. I'm not, even the year and the month and the date granularities are selected, but those are not shown in here, and only the month of the selected year are shown. So that's the first part, right? So this is what is working, and if nothing is selected, it will show by default we are making it 2013 as the default year. In normal it will be year of today's date, which will be 2022. So this the first part is working. Okay, so here we're going to make the change into our measure to show the data of the previous years, the year we selected, and show that by month, which is happening, and any historical data by year. So what we can do is extend our switch statement year. So what we're going to do here is, if our we want to see what year we are looking at the x-axis, we to display date. So again, why display date column? Because display date is the column which is used on the x-axis. It contains month data, it contains the date value, month value, and the year value. So we are going to use, okay, give me the whatever value I'm looking on x-axis right now, give me that value. So that's a display date. Now this is going to be a text value. What we can do is take advantage of value function. So convert value into number, and we know when we are at the year granularity, we always have a number value. The text is 2010, 2011, 2012. So we are converting that, sorry, not values, value. So there's a two functions, values and value. Value convert text into number. So we're saying, okay, so if it's a value is less than equal to, depending on if we want less than equal to or just less than, but we can look at both the scenarios. So is year, so it means whatever the year currently we selected, if our display year is less than that, then give me sales with active relationship. Sales with active relationship. Okay, so once we do this, so now on the visual, here you go. So what we're seeing is we are seeing 2013 as given by month, and then historical by year. So if I select 2012, so 2012 will be shown as a year, and historical. Now here is one challenge with this thing is, so whatever if I don't select a year, then this works. But if I select a year, it only gives me the data for that year, but does not give me the historical data. So it means the measure need further tweaking in this, and this is what we're going to do. And this is working. The reason why this is happening, because we made our relationship active, and this measure is what is doing is because this is an active relationship, and it is only given us the values for the selected period, not everything. And that's why in my previous video I said why we made this relationship inactive, and this was one of the reason. And so what we need to do here is, instead of using this measure here, what we're going to do is calculate, go to our base measure, which is sales, and then treat as, take the values from our V2 date table and then filter our calendar table. I will explain this what we're doing here. So now let's go back to the visualization. Here you go. So even I have a 2013 selected. So 2013 is given broken by month, but historical is seen as the year level. So whatever the year I select, if I select 2012, so 2012 is detailed, historical is year level. 2014, I have only one 2014 data, so there's month and then historical at the year level. And again, if I don't select it, anything, so we assume 2013 as our default detailed month, so that's what we are seeing it. So that's why we created the inactive relationship. So for example, if just to clarify this, if I make this relationship active and go back, so whatever the year I'm selecting, I'm just getting the data of that year and nothing more. And also if I select date granularity, I will see that no, actually I would not see the date, because in the my year we are only getting year and date, year and month data. Okay, so that's the reason why we had kept this relationship inactive, so that we can make this relationship active where needed. Otherwise, we don't want this relationship to work all the time and then not allow us to do the things what we want to do here. And one more thing, again, if you want the, like we're seeing the 2012 is selected, we're seeing 2012 as in a month and then also a bar for 2012. If we don't want the selected month year, so we can just have it's less than, instead of the seeing the selected year as well. So what it would be then, okay, here you go. So now we have a 2012 selected, it's given by month and then historical as at the year level. So if I go 2014, so 2014 is not a good use case. 2013 by month and then historical. I hope you find this video very useful. Again, there were 3 videos in this series in mixed granularity, part 1, part 2, and the part 3rd is the one which actually now give us a lot more flexibility, show current year as at the month level and the historical at the year level. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you learned few tricks out of these 3 videos, and you can use in your model, your reporting needs. And again, this is not very common requirement where you see the data and different granularities at the same level. But of course, if you run into such scenario, now you have a solution. Until next video, have a good day. Do subscribe my channel. Have a great weekend. This video is coming on Sunday, and talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye for now.